Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I go by the name of Liam, and this is Hollow Hustle. So for today's video, we're looking at cards that you can buy raw, get them graded, and if they come back as a 10, you make some serious profit. Basically, cards with a cheap entry point. We don't want to waste too much money now. You pay for them to be graded, and then if they come back as a 10, you can sell them for a lot more money than you paid to buy them, even including the grading costs. So for this video, we are going to be using Ace Grading. I forgot my mic. Let me just turn the mic on and we'll carry on. Okay, the mic is on. Let's continue. We are going to be using Ace Grading for this video. They are probably my favourite graders, to be fair. Shout out to Randy. But I just love the way these slabs look. So the first card we're going to be looking at, I don't actually have. I really want this card. It's from the Stellar Crown set. It is Squirtle. As you can see, such a nice looking card. You can probably pick this one up depending on where you shop. If you go to a card show or online, you can get it for around 70. In person, so a shop or a card show, you might get it a bit cheaper. You might be able to get a bargain. But you do also want to look at the card. So that's the big problem with buying online. You can't necessarily see the condition. A lot of people label their cards as near mint, but in reality, when you get to it, it's not always the case. The reason we're looking at this one first is it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, one of the main starters. It's a very popular Pokemon. Everybody knows and loves Squirtle. Now, if you get this in a PSA 10, I know we've spoken about Ace, but this card in PSA 10 can sell for anywhere up to about 270, 280. So if you think, if you buy the card for 30, say with everything, you might spend £30 on it to get graded. That's going to be like a really fast turnaround. You can spend 10, 15 if you want to do it cheaper. But for this example, we're going to say we buy it for 70. We do the grading at Ace, like 2-day turnaround, which is 25. We pay £3 extra to get the matching top bit, the colour match label. So that's £30. So we spent £100. If this comes back as a 10 and we can sell it for say 260, 265, that's £165 profit from one card, which is insane. Don't forget, they can come back 8, 9, 7, 6, 5. You know, there's no guarantee it's going to be a 10. But if it does, this is one you guys need in your collection. Sticking with Stellar Crown, this is a card I actually pulled not too long ago on the channel for number 2. Oh, damn. Let's go. First pack magic. The Bulbasaur. Again, very similar to the Squirtle. It's a Gen 1 starter. Everybody knows them. Everybody loves them. This one's a little bit cheaper. You can probably pick this one up on a good day, 50, 55, 60. Obviously, if you get to speak to someone at a card show, you may be able to strike up a deal. And again, if you get this in a PSA 10, you're looking at 240, 250. So again, using the same example, if we buy it for 60, we spend 30 on the grading, that's £90. We get a 10, and then we sell it for 240. We have got about £150 profit, which again is insane. Stellar Crown are quite easy to get hold of at the moment. You can buy packs and open them yourself. You can buy cards online. There's no short supply of them. When that runs out and they become harder to get hold of, you would imagine the values to go up more. So these prices I'm giving today are just from a quick search online. Obviously, over time, if a set dries up and if they don't do reprints, who knows what could happen to the value. But definitely cards that if you can get hold of now and get graded, keep in your collection, and in the future, I can only see them going up. Next one, we've done a Venusaur, we've done a Bulbasaur, we've done a Squirtle. We're not going to do a Charmander, but we are going to do a Charizard. Probably one of the most famous and popular trading card Pokemon out there. Everybody knows the Charizard, whether you've seen it with Logan Paul, or you had one when you were a kid, like most of us did, and we don't anymore. Everybody knows and loves Charizard. So this one is from the Radiant collection. It's a bit different. You don't see these Charizards too often, but they're not too expensive. You can actually pick this card up for probably about £25 to £30. It's not a lot to buy a card. And again, if you can get a PSA 10 in this one, that is the tricky part. You need to get a card that is gradable up to a level 10, up to a 10, but it does sell for about 270, 280, 290, 300. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you see those kind of figures. So it is, again, a Gen 1. It's the evolution of a Charmander. Everybody wants a Charizard. The value speaks for itself, really. If you can pick one of these up for, say, £30, you might spend £30 on getting it graded, £60 in total. If that comes back as a 10, and say you go over the lower end of a scale, say you sell it for £260, £200 profit, just like that. Again, don't forget, the profit, depending on what you spend to grade it, could be within like 48 hours. Ace have a 2-day turnaround on the most expensive tier. It's £25, £3 extra for the label. You could send your card off, get it back in 2 days, sell it the next day. Within a week, easily, you have made about £200. If you can find this card for around £30 in a suitable state that would come back as a 10. But it's definitely doable. The next one we're going to look at is the number 173 card, Eevee Pokemon Center exclusive. This one, as long as it's got the Pokemon Center stamp, you are looking at some money. It's 10 times more expensive than the same card without the stamp. So just having that stamp on it does wonders for this card. It is a bit more pricier compared to the ones we've looked at. You can probably pick one of these up raw for about £100. Again, no guarantee it's going to be a 10, but they do come sealed, so hopefully, fingers crossed. But I would try and get this one in person if you can, just so you can see the front, you can see the back, you can check on the card. You don't really want to leave this one to online fate. Again, this one, if you can get this in a PSA 10, you're looking at £600 easily. I've seen £650, closer to £700. But again, you are paying about £100 for the card. But again, if you pick this up, I don't know why I keep saying again. If you can pick this up and get it in a 10, especially with PSA, money. Also, this will continue to rise in price. I can easily see this being a £1,000 card in a 10 with the stamp. The stamp makes all the difference. And even if they do a reprint, even if they reprint the whole set, it's still going to be... Someone just walked past and just stared at me and I totally lost my train of thought. But even if they do a reprint of this collection, even if the whole collection gets reprinted, they're not going to reprint the promo cards. So this one, I think, will hold its value and will just increase in value over time. I can't really think of a bad thing to say about this one, why it may not be positive. So for me, this is one, if you can afford to and if you can find one, I would definitely go for it. Next one is a Paradox Rift illustration rare. Card number 205 out of 182. You can pick one of these up. About $30 raw, £30, I don't know, 25 to £30 probably. People love the design of this card, and I mean, look at it, you can see why. It looks amazing. It is a very nice card, and if you can get this in a PSA 10, you are easily looking about 200, 220, maybe even 250. So yeah, getting this one in a 10 is where the money's at. You can pick up these raw, probably about $30, so... I don't know, maybe 25, £30, depending on where you buy from. Again, the hard thing is going to be finding one that's suitable to get a 10. But if you can, there's definitely money in this. They do pop up quite regularly, and you do see the price jump around a little bit. So if you do get one and you do want to sell it, I would probably hold on to it until the price gets at what you want it for. Or list it maybe on eBay with a buy now price for the amount you want. And I'm sure someone eventually will snap it up. Next, we're going to move on to Shrouded Fable. This Persian card is absolutely insane. I love this card. I've liked it for a while. I've noticed the price of it skyrocket with the new Team Rocket release that's coming out. People just like the Rocket cards, don't they? And Persian is one of them. I mean, plus look at the card. It looks amazing. This is number 78 out of 64. You can pick this up on a good day about £50 raw. May go up to 60, 65 depending on who you're buying from and the condition of the card. But if you're confident you can get this in a 10, you could easily be looking at £300 if it's a PSA. Again, the price just jumps up. It might be a good time to do it at the moment with the Rocket set coming out. Again, over time I can only see this one going up in value. Such a nice card. But Team Rocket is going crazy at the moment. Again, there's a lot of these being sold, a lot of these being bought. And yeah, I've seen prices 50, 60, even 70 and 80 for buying them. But if you can get this in a 10, it is a big increase in value. Next, we're going to jump to Twilight Masquerade. Card number 187 is Chansey. Again, this one has rose up recently. In January, it was only about £10 or £11. Right now, it's jumped up to about 30. Big increase in the value of raw cards for this one. Again, it's a very popular Gen 1 Pokemon. It's in the first 151. Everybody just knows Chansey. Without sounding sexist, girls love it. It's one of these cute Pokemon, so it will always be in demand. Again, this one in a PSA 10, you're looking about 170, 180 maybe. So there is money in it if you can find it in a 10. Next, sticking with the main 151 Pokemon, we're going to go to Obsidian Flames and Gloom. Again, an amazing looking card here. This is number 198 in the set. In December, this was only £7. I saw this listed and I didn't pick it up. I wish I did. It hasn't gone up too much. It's gone up by about £10. You can probably pick this up 16, 17, 18 on a good day. But the price is going up. As you can see from looking at the chart, the price goes up in little stints. So it goes up, it settles, it goes up, it settles, it goes up, it settled. So within about 3 months, it's gone up about £10. In the next 3 months, it might go up another 10. So if you can get this, grab it while you can. Grab it while it's cheap. And if you do manage to get it in a gradable state, if you get a PSA 10 on this one, you're probably looking about £190, £200. So a big increase. This card, you can probably buy it for about £10. So if you find anyone selling a couple and you get them all graded, that could be a big increase. You could easily make £150 profit on each one with the grading cost taken into account as well. Sorry, there's someone trying to park in front of me and it's a really tight space and I can't help but watching. They're in a yellow Kia and I just don't think they're going to fit. But yeah, very good profit on the Gloom if you can find any in a gradable state. A couple of other cards, I'm not going to go into loads of detail about them because I don't want this to be too much of a long video. But the Shrouded Fable Houndoom, card number 66. You can buy that for probably about £40, £50 right now. And if you get a PSA 10 in that, it's probably about £220, £230, maybe even £240 on a good day, so there is value in that card. Again, the card looks amazing. Temporal Forces, if you get a Metagross, card number 178, you can pick this one up £30 or £40 roughly in raw. If you manage to grade that into a PSA 10, 170 to 190 is the range that I found online today looking. So again, very big markup if you can get the 10 on those. So yeah, some very good values there. A couple of Pokemon cards I would invest in if you see them. If you have the chance of grabbing them, go out and get them. One of the things that I'm going to do in terms of building this business is get more cards graded, just because I see the value in graded cards compared to raw cards. I like raw cards, I like the feel of a card, picking it up, taking it out of a top loader, looking at the card. But once it's graded, it's encapsulated, it's stuck in there forever, it's never going to get damaged. And it's got a little label on the top to tell everyone how good of a card that is. So yeah, for me, graded cards all the way. I'll still buy and sell my raws, obviously, but the cards I want to keep long term are all going to be graded. I'm going to get a little graded case, keep them on display. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. Have you got any of the cards I mentioned? And if so, are they graded? If not, go and get them done. That is my advice. Get your cards graded, increase the value. Especially if you've got cards that you're looking to move on in the future anyway. I think grading just always seems to be good. I am a fan of grading. Do you grade your cards? Let me know. Comment below. As always, thank you for watching. Please drop a like on this video. And if you want to buy some cards off Whatnot, check the link in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.